So guys, welcome to our channel once again. In today's video on our WAEC biology exam revision series, we have here these 20 questions to answer on the topic biology of heredity. So guys, in this video we'll focus on transmission and expression of characteristics in organisms. So in short to stay till the end of this video, let's go ahead and start with the first question here. It says, which of the following diseases is transmittable through genes? A. Sickle cell anemia. B. Presbyopia. C. HIV/AIDS. D. Diabetic. So guys, the answer to this question is option A. That's sickle cell anemia. So that's it for that question. Let's go ahead and check out the next question. Question number 2. So question number 2 here says, if the pink color of a petal is dominant over the white, what will be the color of the flower of the F1 generation when a pure pink flower plant is crossed with a white flower plant? A. Purple. B. Pink. C. White. D. Yellow. So guys, since the pink color is dominant, obviously the answer to this question will be option B, and that's pink, because the dominant character will be expressed phenotypically in all the F1 generation. And that's it for that question. Let's go ahead and consider the next question. Question number 3. So the question here says, which of the following disease can be inherited? A. AIDS. B. Sickle anemia. C. Goiter. D. Pneumonia. So guys, the answer to this question is option B here, and that's the sickle cell anemia. That's the disease that can be inherited. So let's consider the next question here. Question number 4, it says, an apple plant can produce sexually and asexually, and it has 40 chromosomes in its leaf cells. How many chromosomes will be in each gamete and somatic cell? A. 20 chromosomes in the gametes and 40 in the somatic cell. B. 40 chromosomes in the gametes and 20 in the somatic cell. C. 20 chromosomes in the gametes and 10 in the somatic cell. D. 40 chromosomes in the gametes and 40 in the somatic cells. So guys, the correct answer to this question here is option A. And that's 20 chromosomes in the gametes and 40 in the somatic cells. So this is because of the fact that the gametes will actually contain half the number of chromosomes in the somatic cell, and the somatic cells is going to contain the full number of chromosomes here. So since the apple plant actually has 40 chromosomes, you will have a total of 40 chromosomes in these somatic cells, while you will have half of that number in the gamete cells, and that's 20. So option A is the correct answer to this question. So let's go ahead and consider the next question here. Question number 5, it says, if two parents are sickle cell carriers, then their genotypes would be A. HbA, HbS, and then HbA, HbS. B. HbA, HbA, and HbS, HbS. C. HbA, HbA, and HbA, HbA. D. HbS, HbS, and HbS, HbS. So guys, the correct answer to this question is option A here, and that's HbA, HbS, and HbA, HbS. So that's the genotype here that indicates that the two parents are actually carriers, and that's the correct answer to this question. So let's go ahead and consider the next question here. Question number 6, it says, the F1 generation of a cross between a red cock and a white hen were all red because the gene for the A. red color was dominant, B. red color was recessive. C, white color was dominant. D, white color did not segregate. So guys, the correct answer to this question is option A, red color was dominant. So remember that the dominant gene expression will always be seen in the F1 generation. So phenotypically, you will see the expression of the dominant gene in all the breeds of the F1 generation, and that's why you have the F1 generation to be all red. That's because the red color was dominant, and that's the answer to this question. So let's consider the next question here. Question number 7. It says, an individual with blood group AB can receive blood from those in blood A, B, AB and O, B, A and B only, C, B only, D, AB and B. So guys, the correct answer to this question is option A here. The individuals with blood group AB are actually the universal recipients, and they can receive blood from any blood group, including A, B, AB and O. So that's the correct answer to this question. So let's consider the next question here. Question number 8. It says, a man who suffers from hemophilia marries a woman who is a carrier. What percentage of their children are likely to be hemophilic? A, 75%, B, 100%, C, 50%, D, 25%. So guys, the correct answer to this question is option C, and that's 50%. So this is just like where you are matching a carrier with another carrier. So in this situation, you consider the fact that the man with hemophilia, since hemophilia is a sex-linked character, for the man to actually be hemophilic, the man has to obtain the character in his X chromosome, and whereas for the female it has to be in both the both X chromosomes, that's the XX. So the likelihood for their children to be hemophilic is 50%, where if the woman is a carrier, it means the hemophilic gene will be expressed in one of the chromosomes and not in the other. So if you make a cross between them, you realize that you have 50% of the offspring being hemophilic. And that's it for that question. So let's go ahead and consider the next question here. Question number 9 here. It says, a mixture of blood with antigen A and blood containing antibody A will A, change the blood group, B, have no effect on blood composition, C, facilitate dissolution of clots, D, lead to agglutination. So guys, the answer to this question here is option D. It will eventually lead to agglutination. So if you mix a blood with antigen A and another blood containing antibody A, it will result in agglutination. So that's it for that question. Let's go ahead and consider the next question. Question number 10 here. It says, which of the following statements best describe protein synthesis? A, translocation of the ribosomes exposes a new codon for base pairing with an amino acid. B, each transfer RNA with a particular anticodon always carries different protein in the process. C, one amino acid is always carried by more than one transfer RNA. D, DNA is directly involved in translation. So guys, the correct answer to this question here is option A, and that's translocation of the ribosomes exposes a new codon for base pairing with an amino acid. So that's it for that question. Question number 11 here, it says, a woman with blood group A gives birth to a child with blood group O. Which of the following blood groups cannot belong to the father? A is O, B is B, C is AB, and D is A. So guys, the answer to this question is option C, and that's AB. So the father can actually have blood group O, which is O and O. The father can also have blood group B, being B and O. The father can also have blood group A, being AO. But guys, the father cannot be AB because there is no way you can match AB with blood group A to give an offspring with blood group O. So guys, in that case, option C is the correct answer to this question. So let's consider the next question here. Question number 12, it says, a man who is heterozygous for the disease hemophilia marries a woman who is double recessive for hemophilia. What percentage of their offspring would have the disease? So the answer to this question is option A here, and that's 50%. So let's go ahead and consider the next question. Question number 13 here, it says, the diagram below are illustration of the inheritance of coat color in mice. J, K, L, M, and N are parents. The cross between two parent mice gave rise to offspring P, Q, R, S. Study the diagram and answer the questions 42 and 43. Alright, so we can see the diagram here, and then over here the question says, what parent mouse is heterozygous for coat color? So the question says, what parent mouse is heterozygous for coat color? We have A, L, B, J, C, K, and D, M. So guys, the answer to this question is option A, and that's L. The mass indicated in L is heterozygous for coat color. And that's the answer to this question, guys. Let's consider the next question. Question number 14, it says, in Mendel's experiments, it was discovered that the F1 generation of a cross between a brown cock and a white hen were all brown because the gene for the A, white color, did not combine. B, white color was dominant. C, brown color was recessive. D, brown color was dominant. So guys, the answer to this question is option D here. The gene for the brown color was dominant, and that's why all the F1 generation were brown color. So that's it for that question. Let's consider the next question. Question number 15 here, it says, if a pure breeding white cat, that's homozygous dominant, mates with a pure breeding black cat, that is recessive, what would be the fall color of the F1 generation? So guys, without having to think about this, we already know that the F1 generation will take the color of the dominant cat, and that's white, right? So the F1 generation will produce a white cat, and in that case it's going to be a heterozygous if you do the crossing. So you have a heterozygous white cat, and that's it for that question. So let's consider the next question. Question number 16 here, it says, if a cross between a red flowered plant and a white flowered plant produces red flowered plants, the result can be described as an example of A, outbreeding, B, dominance, C, partial recessiveness, D, incomplete dominance. So guys, the answer to this question here is option B, and that's dominance. So that's it for that question. Let's go ahead and consider the next question. Question number 17 here, it says, a rhesus negative woman may experience stillbirth if the second child is rhesus positive because A. They have poor circulatory system. B. The fetus is deprived of nourishment. C. The woman is susceptible to disease during pregnancy. D. The blood of the fetus might clump. So guys, the answer to this question is option D here. And that's the blood of the fetus might clump. So let's consider the next question here. Question number 18, it says, a character which fails to express itself in the first filial generation but emerges in the second is A. Heterozygote, B. Recessive, C. Dominant, D. Homozygote. So guys, the answer to this question is option B, and that's recessive. So guys, let's consider the next question here. Question number 19, it says, offspring formed by sexual reproduction exhibit more variation than those formed by asexual reproduction because A. Sexual reproduction, B. Gametes of parents have different genetic composition, B. Genetic material come from parents of two different species, D. Greater amount of DNA is involved in sexual reproduction. So guys, the answer to this question is option B here, and that's the fact that gametes of parents have different genetic composition. So that's it for that question. Let's consider the next and the last question. Question number 20 here, it says, which of the following disease is not hereditary? A. Hemophilia, B. Scabies, C. Albinism, D. Colorblindness. So guys, obviously the answer to this question is option B here, that's scabies. So this is where we end this video for today. If you enjoyed this lesson, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you're not yet a subscriber. Also, if you have any specific question regarding this video, you can drop your question on the comment section below and we'll ensure to give you a response. So guys, we also want to encourage you to join our YouTube channel community where we post major updates on WAEC examination. So this will help you a lot even as you prepare for your WAEC examination. So here we'll give you premium updates that will help you as you prepare for your WAEC examination. So you can join this YouTube channel community by clicking the join button below, and we'll see you right there. Thank you once again for watching this video, and see you on the next one.